Welcome back to another fun-filled and exciting episode of It's Easier to Take It Somewhere Else. We're going to pick up where we left off. Well, actually, we left off on the inside. Down in there. I did some grinding while you guys Okay, left off last time with that. I came back a couple days later and I did a whole bunch of grinding. Of all those other welds. We left off last time with this. The last thing I did was, when you guys weren't with me, that little hole that was over here, I just put a patch over that. I told you I was going to do that. I did a whole bunch of grinding, all in this little channel that I made the first time. That's where the this wire goes. Or wire loom, rather, that runs along inside there, and I didn't want any obstructions, so I wanted to smooth that out. But we're going to leave the bird shit and the booger welds pretty much the way they are, because that just gets covered up with carpet and a seat. No one is ever going to see it. And I'm going to put some sealer over top of it. But what we're going to do is behind that, on the outside, in the wheel well, is going to do some patchwork today. More patchwork, yes. Okay, we're on the outside. Gonna do some work in here. Gotta patch the outside part in by the wheelhouse. First we gotta lower the frame. Oh boy, we got a lot of cleanup. Wish I could get the body up higher, but I can't. So that's that. I'm just going to take a wire brush and start brushing off a lot of undercoating all around here. I'm not going to bother showing that because it's just not worth it, I don't think anyway. It's just wire brushing. Well, I thought I would just clean up some metal on the inside here, or the outside. Turned out it was a little more involved. So I got chunks of metal out. I still have more cleanup to do. I don't know. I don't know what was on the inside. I can't really tell. Because there's nothing there. There is and was nothing there. So I'm just going to do a little cleanup with the, I guess the belt sander. That'll clean up some rust and some high spots. That's the only thing I can fit in there. Wish I had a little more room to work with. I got about 2 feet on the side of the car between me and the, well, maybe 3 feet. 3 feet between the car and the toolbox. Not much. Not much at all. Lost a nice piece of my belt. But seems to be working still, so. Seems like some spots have 2 layers and some spots had 1. I don't know what the difference is. Cleaned it up. I'm going to weld over top of it. I'll put a patch here. Then I'll put a patch over here. And then I'll put a patch over here. And I still have underneath which is really not that bad. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that yet. I think I'm going to prime all this first. Before I do anything, then I'll start making patches. This is spraying like shit because I dropped the can. Early, way early in the project, when the can was like brand new. And at $60 a can, I wasn't about to go buy a new one. Alright, let this dry up a bit. I'm going to make a couple of templates. Fighting a thunderstorm here. It's thundering. It's getting dark. And I got my sheet metal outside. I have no room for it inside. I may have to call it a night. Well, I can get this patch welded in anyway. But I gotta bring all my stuff in. Come on. Jesus Christ. Alright. I just got all my stuff in. My sheet metal. And it's starting to rain. So I cut it like super close. I can get this piece welded in. Just to give you an idea of the space I have to work in. This is it, right here. Nothing. Two feet. Well, I can't cut this out of metal, but I can still make a template. All right. I had to stop and walk the dog.